gentlemen, we have to take a break from the investing lessons that you'll have given us and give us some headlines. What kind of, I mean, do you think we are anywhere near overvalued terrain at this point in time, Sunil? Or at least fully valued terrain?
See, I think the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You know, if your view is that, if you share our view that we are going to be a $4 trillion economy in 6-7 years, then there's miles and miles to go. If your horizon is 1 month, maybe, you know, we are slightly overvalued. But that will always happen in the market. And I think, as has been put by everyone else, even in the panel before that, you have to bet on the growth. You have to bet on a good investment, and then just, as Anup said, you know, let the grass grow. I think we are in that phase as far as India is concerned, where the economy is looking good. I think just invest and forget about it.
Okay. Anup, it's all about greed and fear. You know, last year, budget day, it was all about fear. Do you think greed has taken over now, or are markets fairly valued now?
No, I think we don't think greed has taken over. There may be pockets of overvaluation in certain segments, but as a whole, you know, we don't feel markets are overvalued by any stretch of imagination. As Dhendra mentioned, I think there's a fair amount of maturity in the way people are investing, in the way prices are behaving. So this continues to be, to my mind, you know, one of the best asset classes to still have exposure to, and should be for quite a while. We're just at the start of a journey of ownership, so this should last for a fairly long period of time.
Last year was the year of fixed income and base metals. What might 2017 be?
You're asking me? So it's very difficult to think in annual terms, honestly. I think in investing, you've got to think way beyond that. There are multiple areas that we like. I think one of the biggest long-term shareholder value creating sectors has been pharmaceuticals. I've said that enough on your channel. It's a segment we generally like for its economics, so hopefully over a period of time. But there are many other businesses that will do well. Financial services also has very high scalability through time. So there are multiple businesses in India, the whole consumption side, financial services, pharma. And I think you just got to take a long-term view and participate in their growth.
Okay. And Nilesh, are you sanguine enough that with the evidence of last 6 months that regardless of, you know, the FI selling could pick up for all you know, if that happens, there will be enough domestic money to support this market for the rest of the year and next many years now?
So undoubtedly, the maturity of retail investors has been increasing by leaps and bounds. You see, in the month of November 2016, when markets corrected, they put in 18,000 crore between equity, ETF, balanced fund, and tech saving plan. So market correction brought more money. And as you mentioned in the opening remarks, when did we saw 40,000 crore leaving India and index going up 10%? We started our career in the days when, and you know, there were sell-side brokers. I worked in a multinational company first and then came to Indian company. The Indian company was far bigger than multinational company, and yet with virtually beginning AUMs in that multinational company, I was getting service from all the big brokers. But when I joined an Indian company, we were not really getting that kind of service. All the sell-side brokers were more happy chasing the Goras rather than the Kalas. But today, they don't have a choice. And this is not because of us, it's because of people who are behind us, who are giving us money. So my feeling is that, as Anup mentioned, this is a multi-year trend. At the peak of Harshad Mehta time in 1991, 25% of Indian savings moved into equity market. Today, if you have to reach that number, I can't imagine how many zeros will be behind the AUMs of mutual funds.
Well, you were on TV saying that live and President Trump was listening. Well, it's time now, gentlemen, for our rapid fire round. We're playing it simple. Sunil, what was the most successful, the happiest moment of your life, of your investing life?
I think, you know, there have been many. The first one was obviously joining Madhu and the team, and it was really, really gorgeous time. But I think one thing which we remember, you know, I think we used to just chat, and we were 35th out of 35 mutual funds. And always the dream was that ek din hum bhi bade honge. And I think, you know, we were like 50-100 crores, and, you know, and Madhu were chatting, and Madhu said, 5,000 होंगे क्या? So, and I just casually said 25,000 होंगे. And within 2 years, we were 25,000. So I think that first 25,000 crores gave the biggest joy, you know.
Okay, Anup, your favorite book?
Favorite investment book?
Investment book.
Well, there are many books, obviously, so it's very difficult to point one. But there's one that I find quite useful to go to from time to time because it captures a lot of learning from multiple books in itself. So there's a book called From Darwin to Munger by a guy called Peter Bevelin, which I find very interesting, very useful. Covers various aspects of investing.
Okay, lovely. Well, to you, Nilesh, who's been your role model?
It changes virtually every day, but one constant role model has been my wife. And the reason,
not even Valentine's Day.
No. The reason why I'm saying, Lata, you will be a far better fund manager than me. Because genetically, women are blessed to do multitasking. And as a fund manager, you have to process multiple information. So I have found my wife far better in terms of solving complex problems. And she has been my role model the way she is managing everything. House, career, kids, education for kids, all kinds of things. Okay. I'm just focused on my job. I don't do anything other than that.
Okay, you're scoring a lot of brownie
on this, I agree with Nilesh. I am one of the highest women fund manager in the industry, and they are all doing very well.
Okay.
Well, March 8th is Women's Day, and we are getting sound bites.
Okay, Navneet, what's your favorite stress buster? I'm sure managing thousands of crores. At times there's stress. What's your biggest stress buster?
It's such a joy, actually. It's not a stress, yaar. I mean, I get up every day in the morning and I thank God that it's an honor, it's a privilege to, touch lives of lakhs of people every day. I always wanted to be in public life. We have 50 lakh retail investors, and thanks to God that we got, let's say, EPFO and the other coal mines and all. Today we manage money of crores of people. Every day we are touching lives of crores of people in some or the other way. I think it's such a great joy, so I don't think there is any stress. Having said that, the biggest luxury is that when you have nothing to do, I think that itself is a great relaxation where you have nothing to do.
Okay, from all of you now, we have one-liners, of course. Nilesh, a favorite Gujarati quote?
There are many, but this one is quite important. Bhainsagar Bhagwat. So you don't go and give Bhagavad Gita to a buffalo. To investors, my limited request is that, let's not convert this into Bhainsagar Bhagwat. Learn from this and Jagya Tyarthi Savar. If you haven't invested in mutual fund, please awake now. It's a great time to invest in mutual funds today itself.
Well, Anup, your most inspirational quote.
I just invented one, so I can tell you that, which is avoid the noise and keep your poise. I think at all points in time, that's what we need to do.
Okay, Navneet, you are very well versed with Shastra. Anything that you would want to apply? Any one line?
No, in general, I strongly believe that books that have been around for a millennium, they will be there for another 1,000 years. The bestseller of this year may be out of print next year. Nobody will buy that. So I think the amount of wisdom which is there in books that have been written 2,000 years back, there is no comparison in terms of whatever has been written for last 2,000 years. So whether you are an investor or in any part of life, I think there is whatever Mahavir wrote, whatever Buddha wrote, whatever I think even Marcus Aurelius, let's say in Roman Emperor, you read any of these scriptures which have been written 2,000 years back, they give you a lot of inspiration and a lot of teaching every day.
Okay, and Sunil, your favorite inspirational quote?
I think we are all inspired by the legendary Dhirubhai Ambani. And Madhu keeps on repeating, and we have just got it ingrained. There is no merit in saying, "Hu kidu atu." Because it's time to do. So start doing. You can't say after 20 years that "Maine bola tha ki India is going to be great." You have to start doing it.
Well, Anup, yes.
Can I ask you a question now?
No, anchors only can ask questions. Because
Anup,
they have no answers, they only have questions.
Okay, I'll take.
Okay. So you have a choice of betting upon Sachin Tendulkar and Bhagwat Chandrasekhar. You know Bhagwat Chandrasekhar. The guy holds the record of scoring maximum number of ducks. They'll face on the cricket pitch, same cricket pitch, same bowler, and they'll bet for, let's say, 5 overs. Who will score maximum run?
Chandrasekhar also bats. You're not going to make him bowl.
No, Chandrasekhar will bet, Tendulkar will bet.
So if Chandrasekhar has scored most ducks, then, and if he survives 5 overs, I think he'll score some runs.
You have to give in terms of number of runs. Who will score maximum number of runs?
Sachin.
I mean, everyone will say Sachin Tendulkar. My answer is that no, it's Bhagwat Chandrasekhar. And why am I saying that? And let me make the problem even more complex. So Sachin Tendulkar will go to bed with helmet, with pad, with gloves, with a proper bet. And Bhagwat Chandrasekhar will go without helmet, without pad, and a broken bet. And yet he will win. So let me prove it why. Since 1998, all of us are managing gilt funds. All of them have outperformed Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway in US dollar terms without any shorting or any leverage for last 18 years. And to the media, Warren Buffett is gone. The mutual fund managers are Bhagwat Chandrasekhar. But the Indian Bhagwat Chandrasekhar goes and outperforms American Tendulkar even without helmet, without pad, without gloves.
Okay. Thanks.
Well, we can't describe or eulogize our experts better than what Nilesh has done. Anup, Nilesh, Navneet and Sunil, thank you very much for joining us in this.